Very good morning to one and all. This is Vaijayanti Patil from Turbe MPS. I welcome you all for the online lecture organized by BMC. Today we are going to deal with the chapter Introduction of Biotechnology. In that, animal tissues. Okay. So you have already studied in your last class about the animal tissues. There are two major type of animal tissues: simple tissue and complex tissues. In this, in your last class, ma'am has discussed with you about the epithelial tissues. Let us recall it first. Student, I want you to be active and tell me what are the types of tissues that you have studied in your last class. Studied about squamous epithelial tissue, stratified epithelial tissue, ciliated epithelial tissue, glandular epithelial tissue, cuboidal epithelial tissue, and columnar epithelial tissue. As all these tissues are made up of one single type of cells, they are called as simple tissues, right? As epithelial tissues are made up of only one type of cell, they are said to be simple tissues. Now, the other question is how the nutrients are supplied to all parts of our body. We all know that blood is the medium through which the nutrients that are developed in our digestive system are transported to all the parts of our body. And blood is a type of connective tissues. Now, what are connective tissues? Tissues which join different parts of bodies are called as connective tissues. As the name suggests, it helps in connecting different parts of our body, hence called connective tissue. If we learn about the structure of connective tissue, the cells of these tissues are loosely arranged within a ground substance. Now, this ground substance can be solid, liquid, or jelly-like. Okay. So, it can be solid, liquid, or jelly-like. There are different types of connective tissues helping in connecting different parts. The first is tendon and ligaments. We'll definitely study these in detail in the further slides. Second is blood, lymph, alveolar tissue, adipose tissue, cartilage, and bones. Now, let us study these in detail. Here is a slide of blood smear. What is blood smear? When we take a drop of blood on a slide and prepare a thin layer of that blood drop and observe it under the microscope, this is how it looks. You can see different types of cells in this slide. Okay, RBCs, lymphocytes, monocytes, basophils, neutrophils, eosinophils. These all are the different types of blood cells. As blood is composed of so many different types of cell, it is called as complex tissue. Okay, we'll study about the blood in details. Now, where is blood found in our body? You can see and you all know that blood is circulated through the heart and then the arteries and veins to the all part of our body. So blood is found in a closed circulatory system. Now, these are the images which will show you different types of cells. You can see here these red cells are the RBCs. These white cells are WBCs. These irregular white cells are called as platelets. These are the three major type of the cells that are found in our blood. RBCs are also known as erythrocytes in a scientific language. WBCs are known as leukocytes and platelets. Now, each of these cells have different types of function and they are dispersed in a liquid plasma which is straw color. Okay, you can see this yellowish liquid that is called as plasma, in which all the blood cells are dispersed. Main function of the blood is transport of oxygen, nutrients, hormones and waste material from all the parts of the body. Now, in this, if we talk about particular functions, the function of RBC, major function is to transport oxygen. Leukocytes, that is WBCs, are also called as the fighter cells of our body. As our soldiers protect our country from our enemies, similarly, these WBCs also protect us from the enemies, that are microorganisms, harmful microorganisms entering in our body. Similarly, the blood also carries out nutrients to the different parts of the body and brings the waste from different parts of the body for elimination from our body. This was one tissue. Now the second tissue is lymph. What is lymph? Lymph is similar to the blood, but the only difference is it is without RBCs. Okay, lymph does not contain RBCs. Now, where is it found? It is found in the cells in all over the body, surrounding all the cells all over the body. This image makes you clear about the circulation of the lymph. Now, these yellow structures that you see, these are actually the lymph glands where the lymph has been stored and then it is circulated to the entire part. These are the lymph vessels which carries out the lymph to the entire part of our body. Now, what does it contain? It contains leukocytes, that is WBC, and a liquid ground substance. As I have said, it does not contain RBCs. Okay. Next function, it is protective in nature as it contains WBCs, and I have told you WBCs are the fighter cells. Lymph also helps our body protecting itself from the microorganisms. Just like the Pac-Mans you see. You can see it over here. These yellow ones are the microorganism and this whitish color is the lymph cell, that is WBC, which are destroying the microorganisms that are entering in our body and protecting our body from any kind of infection. Now the next tissue is alveolar tissue. Location. It is present between the skin and muscles around the blood vessels. Okay. Now it also contains many different types of these cells, as you can see in this diagram. Okay. These are the fibers. These greenish colors are the fibers which are made up of collagen. They are less elastic but are very strong and hence provide support to the tissues. This bluish color, what you see, are the elastin fibers which are made up of a protein called elastin. This gives flexibility to our tissues. Okay, whenever we twist and turn, it provides the flexibility to the tissues. Then it contains plasma cell, mast cells and macrophages. Macrophages helps, they are again protective in nature. Just like the Pac-Man, they destroy the microorganisms that are entering in our body. Plasma cells are the storage cells which helps in storage of nutrients, and the mast cells, they produce histamines which are produced during the anti-allergic or the allergic reactions. So major function of this alveolar tissue is it supports the internal organs as they are present surrounding the organ. It protects or supports the organs. Now the next connective tissue is the adipose tissue. See, in this image, it is very clear what is adipose. Where is the location of adipose tissue? You can see this yellow part. It is actually the it is present in the visceral organs near the heart, in the shoulders, in the lower part of our body. Okay. Now, if we talk about the composition of these cells, they are majorly made up of fat cells, special fat cells. These cells look like this. See, you can see over here. These are the cells. This pink color is the nucleus, whereas the yellow color is the fat deposition. These cells are specially modified for storage of fats. Okay. And they are embedded in a jelly-like ground substance. Major function of adipose tissue is insulation and supply of energy. So in the winter season, we have noticed or we notice that the person who are fat, they have high level deposition of the fatty tissue which are stored in this adipose tissue, and they feel less cold than that of the thin people. So adipose tissue or the fat storage is the actual reason for that. And whenever we are starving or when we do not get the food, this fat reserves are degenerated or oxidized to release the energy. It provides the energy whenever needed by the body. Now the next tissue is cartilage tissue. Where are these present? It is present in different parts of the body. You can see in this picture. Okay. It is present in between all the joints. In between all the joints. Then in the esophagus. Then, sorry, not esophagus. It is present in the trachea. Okay. And our ear pinna. Then it is also present in front of our nose. Okay. So this is the location of the cartilage. If we talk about the structure of cartilage, it is supported by fibrous, flexible, jelly-like substances and collagen fiber, that is white fibers, which is made up of a protein called collagen, which gives it flexibility as well as makes it strong. Okay. Now, if we study the microscope, under the microscope, the structure of cartilage, this is how it looks like. Okay. This contains a specialized cells named as chondrocytes. Remember, cartilage contains a specialized cells called chondrocytes which are enclosed within an vacuum. They are called as lacunae. You can notice over here, this transparent looking structure is the lacunae, and within that lacunae are the darker purple color chondrocytes, that are special cells of the cartilage. And all this matrix, this translucent matrix, it is made up of fibrous tissue which provides flexibility to the cartilage. See, when you turn your ears, you can easily turn it and it comes back to the normal position. So that is the speciality of the cartilage. If you press the tip of your nose, cartilage is present over here. If you press it, it goes inside and again comes to the normal position. So that is because the cartilage is very flexible. Okay. Now what is its function? As it is present in all the joints in our backbone, between each lumbar vertebrae, the cartilage is present. It avoids the friction of the bones. When we move our joints, when we move our arms, our legs, when we bend, when we turn, due to the presence of cartilage in between all the joints, the friction among the bones is avoided. So it provides lubrication to the surface of bone. It also gives shape to the organs. The shape of our ears, shape of our nose is all because of the presence of cartilage. So other than providing lubrication to the bones, it also provides shape to our body. Now the next connective tissue is bone. Where is bone present? We all know that bone is present in the entire skeleton of our body, from top of our head to the bottom of our leg. Bones are present everywhere. As cartilage, bones are also made up of specialized cells that are called as osteocytes. Remember, the specialized cells of the bones are called osteocytes, and which are embedded in a matrix that is made up of calcium phosphate. In this image, you can clearly see this black color, dark black color structure. They are the osteocytes, whereas these concentric circles that you can see around the osteocytes are the matrix that is made up of calcium phosphate. And we all know this calcium phosphate deposition in our bones makes our bone hard and strong. So when there is less supply of calcium phosphate in our food, our bones become brittle because they does not get deposited in the matrix, because of which the bones become brittle, and we may face the problem of osteoporosis. What is osteoporosis? Even with a slighter pressure on the bone may get break. Why this happen? If there is improper deposition of calcium phosphate in the matrix of bone, the bones will become porous. Remember that these special cells embedded in this calcium phosphate matrix of the bone is called as osteocytes. We all know the function of bone is providing support. We all can stand straight because of our vertebral column present in our back, right? We all can walk, we all can run, we all can move, we all can ride. It's all because of the bones and the joints that are present in our different parts of the body. It also helps in movement to the individual. Talking about the next tissue, it is tendons and ligaments. These are also fibrous tissues and are present at the joints. You can see in this picture, these are the tendons and these are the ligaments. Okay, now what is the function of tendon? Tendons helps in joining muscles to the bones. It helps in joining muscles to the bones, whereas ligaments, it helps in joining a bone to the bone. Remember, these are present only at the joints. Tendons helps in joining muscles to the bone, whereas ligaments helps in joining bone to the bone. Talking about the structure of tendons. Tendons are fibrous. They are made up of fibers. strong, and less elastic. They are highly flexible and hence it helps us in the movement of our joints. Function, as I have told you, tendons, joints, muscles to the bones, tendons, joints, muscles to the bone, and ligaments, joints, bone to the bone. Okay. Now, this is the overview of the connective tissues. I'll repeat it again. What are connective tissues? The tissues that connect one part of the body to the other part of the body. It's called connective tissue. These are complex tissues as it is made up of different types of cells. It contains there are different types of connective tissue depending upon the location and functions and the matrix in which they are embedded. We have studied about the blood, which is a liquid connective tissue. There are different types of cells like leukocytes, meaning WBCs, erythrocytes, meaning RBCs, platelets, which are embedded in a liquid plasma. Blood helps us in transporting the nutrients to all the part of body, transporting oxygen to all the parts of the body, transporting different hormones and even enzymes to different parts of the body, and carrying out removing the waste from different parts of the body. Next connective tissue is the adipose tissue. Adipose tissue, it is majorly made up of the fat cells, which are specialized cells for storage of fats. These are present below the skin and near the closer to the vital organs like heart and the liver and all. Okay, this fat deposition provides insulation to our body in the colder season, and it also serves as an storage medium of the fats, which helps in releasing the energy during the starvation period. The next is alveolar tissue. Alveolar tissue is present surrounding the internal organs. These are also made up of different types of cells like fibroblast, elastin fibers, plasma cells, mast cells. Main function of alveolar tissue is providing support to the internal organs. Next is the cartilage. Function of cartilage or cartilage, structure of cartilage is it is made up of the specialized cells called as chondrocytes, which are enclosed in a vacuum cell called as lacunae, which are dispersed in a medium that is fibrous. It is flexible. They are present in between the joints of our body as well as in our ear and our nose. It helps in lubricating the bones at the joints when we are moving the joints, and it also provides shape to different parts of our body like our nose and our ears. The next organ is the next connective tissue is the bone. Bones are made up of specialized cells that are called as osteocytes, which are embedded in the matrix made up of calcium phosphate. And we all know bones are present in all the parts of our body that is the entire skeleton of human is made up of bone. So the major function of bone is providing support. It helps in movement and it also protects the internal organs. See the rib cage that is present in which our lungs and our hearts are placed. It provides the protection to the internal vital organs. So whenever injury is caused, first it is carried out by the bones, and then if the injury is severe, it may lead to our internal organs. Now the next connective tissue is the tendons and the ligaments. These are called as fibrous connective tissues. Okay, they are present near the joint as shown in this diagram. You can see the tendons helps in joining muscles to the bone, whereas ligament helps in joining a bone to the bone. Okay, this is all about the connective tissue. I would like to share a video with you. There are matrices in their vacant places. The matrix may be jelly-like, fluid, dense, or rigid. Blood, lymph, alveolar tissue, adipose tissue, cartilage, bone, and tendons, and also ligaments are types of connective tissues. Let us understand the different types of connective tissues with the help of a table. Blood is a fluid connective tissue. It has a fluid matrix called plasma, in which red blood corpuscles, white blood corpuscles, and blood platelets are suspended. Blood flows throughout the body by the closed circulatory system. The blood transports oxygen, nutrients from the food, hormones, and excretory products. Lymph. This is the fluid flowing from the blood vessels. Red blood corpuscles are absent in them. Lymph is present surrounding the cells. The lymph protects the body from the transmission of diseases. Alveolar tissue. This tissue is composed of different types of loose cells. It consists of jelly-like matrix and flexible fibers. It is found in between the skin and muscles around the blood vessels. It is the repair of the tissues and supports the internal organs. Adipose tissue. The cells in this tissue are filled with fat globules. This tissue is found beneath the skin and between the internal organs. Due to the storage of fat, it acts as an insulator and provides energy. Do you know why thin persons feel colder than fat persons? In fat persons, there is more storage of fat compared to thin persons. Due to more storage of fats, there is more insulation. In thin persons, as there is less fat compared to fat persons, thin persons feel more cold. Cartilage. Cells present in this tissue are fibrous, flexible, and have a jelly-like matrix in them. These tissues are found in the nose, ears, trachea, and larynx. The cartilage smoothens the bone surface and softens the joints. Bone. This tissue is made up of a matrix composed of calcium phosphate, and there are cells called osteocytes embedded in them. Bones are present all over the body with a specific structure. Bones support all the organs and help in movement. Bones are strong but are non-flexible, hence they cannot be bent. Tendons and ligaments. Tendons are
fibrous and very strong, but have limited flexibility, while ligaments are very elastic with considerable strength. Tendons and ligaments are present in the joints. Tendons connect the muscles to the bones, while ligaments connect the bones. After understanding about connective tissues,
Is your phone? Okay. So this was the recap of the connective tissue. I would like to ask if anyone has any doubt, we can just clear it now. The structure of the tissue and the function of different types of connective tissues. This is over, ma'am.